Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. I gotta see what I just did over here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. I'm over here I don't know what I'm doing on Facebook. I don't know. I went live, then I ended it because it said it couldn't connect. So I'm trying to connect real quick. Let's see. How has your 23 been thus far? How has your 23 been thus far? How has it been? I'm learning all kinds of stuff, y'all. About myself, about others. And we just gonna hit it. We just gonna do it. Anyway, how has your week been? We're on day 7? Oh man. Learning different things. Learning so many different things. What I like to do, I like to learn. So I'm very mindful of what I listen to, and I retain it by writing it down. These are just a few of my books from last year. So what the areas that I'm focusing on, I write down tabs, and I put the information on those pages, right? And that's kind of my thing that I do. So I'm starting a new book this year. Those books are complete. So I started a new book. And what I'm learning is I've learned something about, the top of the year. People talk about the vision board. We got a vision board. We have a vision board party and stuff like that. So Rock City had a commitment board party, y'all. And that was something different for me. I like the title of it because you have to be committed in order to complete the stuff that you have on your board. Like, you got to be committed to that. You can write the vision, make it plain, right? What are your book about? My book, I do have a book, and it's really about how I found myself, how I met myself, right? Through life's challenges, I would pour myself into relationships. And when they walked away, I walked away too. But I had to really just sit with me to get to know who I was. Because when you don't know who you are, then you just accept anybody, anything in your life. And the name of my book is The Day I Found Myself. The Day I Met Myself. That's the name of my book. It's a little read. Something just I wanted to share because life happens for us. It does. And I'm so grateful for things that didn't work out, things that I thought I needed and I had to have that didn't work out, because it just really allowed me to meet me. It's like, no, that's not who you are. And so I was able to just, sit with myself, because I was in a cycle of abusive, broken relationships. And the main person I was having that relationship with was myself. So we show people how to treat us by what we allow, right? So I had to get to know me. I had to love on me. I had to respect me. I had to put me first. I had to know who I was in order to know what I want, what I was looking for, because I didn't know, right? Whatever they wanted me to do, that's who I became. I was like a puppet. Whatever they needed me to do, that's me. What you need me to do, I was doing things I didn't want to do, going places I didn't want to go, because I was a people pleaser. My abandonment and my rejection issues had me believe that what I was supposed to do that, right? We learn things at a young age, and we learn by what we see. Our parents can tell us all the time, don't do this, don't do that. We just gonna do what we see. How did you do that? I feel like I don't know how to do that. I got into groups. I made an investment in myself, personal development. Really Lisa Nichols. I was watching her videos, and I think during the pandemic, she had this 3-day event going on. No, I don't write plays or movies. That's interesting. No, I don't write plays or movies, but that is very interesting craft. If anybody has that, that's awesome. I like listening to plays and watching plays. So anyway, I made an investment in myself in her program called Elevate. And so Elevate, it really shows you. It's like we think that it's everybody else, and it's not them. It's us. So it's like the mirror was put in my face, and I had to look at me. I had to work on me. So that's what personal development did for me. And inside of that, hello from New Jersey. So inside of that, I met my coach. He was like literally blowing my mind. Literally, he had a conversation with women during the 3-day event. She had different speakers, and so he had he spoke to women. He was like, I want to apologize on behalf of all men who have hurt you, who abused you, who rejected you. I love that. And did I enroll in a support group? Yeah. See, we can't be our best self by ourselves. We need community. Community is everything. I am involved in so many different communities, and pick the area that you want to grow in. Like, you invest in that area. I know we can read the Bible all day long, but sometimes we need that support, right? The Bible's good. It's okay to have Jesus in a therapy. It's okay, therapist. It's okay to have Jesus in a counselor, a coach. It is okay. Because we need that support. We read this stuff, and some of this stuff in the Bible, we don't understand it. So you need to get into groups with other people who know this, right? And they can help you. I'm in a group called Daniel's Den. And they have a book club there. And what else we have? Lunch and Learn. So on Mondays we do lunch and on Monday. No, it's Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesday is Lunch and Learn, right? Where do you find the groups? You look for them. You have to look for it. So whatever area that you're suffering in, that you just need help in, right? Google it. Just Google that word, help for whatever that is. I'm just strolling through Facebook, and I start meeting these people, right? Dr. Darius Daniels. I love his sermons. I was like, man, so he started having these different things. And I'm like, let me see how I can get into there. And I just start anybody that I'm feeding from, because everybody, our appetites are different, right? So whoever's feeding you, right, go invest. You can see how you can, they can become your mentor. Like, people are my mentor. They don't even know it, right? So he became my mentor, and now he's my coach now, because I got involved into his group called Daniel's Den. And on Wednesday, we have Lunch and Learn. Sometimes him or his wife will pop in on there. And we have these modules that they give us. And we go through each module, right? And then we have a book club as well. The book, the stuff that they give us, it's a setup. It's a setup to help you grow and evolve and elevate. And so during the book club, it's like half of the time, I don't even have the book yet, but I'm listening to the questions. I'm listening to the comments, and it's just like, oh my God. So before I even get the book, I already got like a snapshot of what to expect. So the book that I'm currently finishing up now, because they already onto another book. My audible points kick in a little late, and I'm an audible person. Some people like to read. I like to listen to and write down. That's how I learn. I'm a kinesthetic learner. So I like to listen and take it down and write down what I need. And so the book that we just finishing up is The Power of Full Engagement. And the other book that they just started is about boundaries, setting healthy boundaries, goodbyes and good boundaries. That's the name of it, by Lisa Terse or something like that. So that's the next book that went on. So it's intentional. You have to be intentional about your growth. You have to be intentional about healing. You got to be intentional about the conversation that you're having. You have to be intentional about what you're watching. You have to be intentional about the people that you have in your circle. And I just want to share some information that I obtained just this week. When I'm working, I listen to things, right? I listen to things, the areas that I want to improve, right? Spiritual development. And when it comes to your vision board or your commitment board or whatever you want to call it, those areas, you want to focus in those areas, right? If I say I want a new home, what do I have to do in order to obtain that? Who do I have to become to be a homeowner, right? I got to be a person who pays their bills on time. I got to be a person that monitors their credit. I got to be a person that saves. So you have to, whatever it is you want to do, make sure you got an action plan on what you need to do it. And each day, make sure you're doing something to accomplish those goals. And what I did was, I went and bought keychains, because I'm serious about this. And then in between this year and next year, I'm going to be a homeowner. I'm going to have the car that I want. Okay, I have a car, but I'm going to have another car that I want. And so I purchased a keychain. That's how serious I am. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Write the vision, make it plain. But let me share this. If you have Apple product, let me share with you this thing called Freeform. This is what I learned during the commitment board party. So Freeform, let me show you the app. Let me go back out. So the app is this little thing right here. Freeform. You can take this and you can create, matter of fact, here's my vision board. This is my vision board I created on Freeform. This is my digital commitment board. I like to call it commitment board. Excuse me. So I have a picture of my children. That's my legacy. That's what I'm doing it for. That's my why. And I have Lisa Nichols on there because I will be a paid speaker. Okay. Coach and speaker. Then I have my affirmations and I have a picture of my home. Okay. That I'm going to purchase. I have a picture of, a 750 credit score because that's what I will obtain. Okay. I have an inspirational song on here to keep me going. And then it's just different little things I have on here. And like I said, this is called Freeform. And you can have your digital commitment board. I would call it commitment board. You call it vision board. Call it what you want. But I like that term because it motivates me to stay committed to what I say I want. Right? It's all up to you. You can say you want to lose weight. But if you're not committed to losing weight, you will not lose weight. I love this. I'll definitely listen to. Okay. Look at here. I love it. I love it. And this is... I feel comfortable sharing. I feel comfortable talking, and I speak from experience. I can't tell you about nothing I haven't been through. So I absolutely love it, and that's one of my major goals. So I want to share some things that I have been learning this week, that I've been listening to this week, and I want to share with you. Maybe this will encourage you and inspire you. I don't know how y'all 2023 has been, but I'm on a fast, and honey, I got hungry, so I started eating. So I failed. There's some things that I know I shouldn't be doing that I did, right, in 2023. So it's okay if you fail. It's okay if you do, the things you say you do that you didn't do, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. The next day, try again, be better. So, different things I'm listening to, I want to share some of these nuggets with you. Just because you're used to it doesn't mean it's healthy. Just because you're used to it doesn't mean it's healthy. The chain of your stronghold is in your routine. The chain of your stronghold is in your routine. A changed life begins when we change something we do daily. A changed life begins with something we do daily. If nothing changes, nothing changes. It all starts with us. We are the change, right? A new routine for 2023. The routine of the first and the last. A routine of preparation. A routine of grinding. Our part we play to ensure a due season. The routine of rest. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I have been getting my rest. I'm just getting past a cold. Hey, girl. So I've been getting my rest. I've been sleeping later than normal. And I realize that's what my body needs. So I'm not forcing or pushing my body to do something it shouldn't be doing. We have to listen to our bodies. And we have to take care of ourselves first. Because we're no good for nobody else until we take care of ourselves. So in 2023, I come first. And it's not selfish. It's self-forward. You got to take care of you first. The routine of temple care, right? We have to take care of our temple. That's gym time. That's massage time. That's whatever you need, to take care of your temple. The routine of reciprocity. That's giving back. Okay? This for me is giving back. Sharing the stuff that I'm learning, that is giving back, right? Helping other people, that's giving back. Okay, so next, what else I had next, y'all? So then I listened to Sarah Jakes. I love Sarah Jakes. An invitation to mastery. 6 strategies for mastery. A master knows how to tap in when they want to tap out. Don't tap out. Know when and how to ask for help and how to receive help. That was huge for me. And that's where I'm at right now. Asking for what I need. So I'm in school to be a counselor. I'm a student counselor, right? And part of our project, my final project, is to interview a counselor. So my sister knows everybody. So anyway, I talked to her. She set it up. And I reached out to this person. It's like we kept on just missing each other. And then this is when I failed. I started saying, well, they don't have time and they just busy and I'm just going to give up. And I was like, nope. And then he called right back. I'm like, okay. So I'm glad that I didn't just give up, and I didn't let the negative self-talk get the best of me, because sometimes we tend to do that. She's the best next to you. Yes, friend. And so I'm glad I didn't just give into that negative self-talk. So we had a conversation. I asked questions. He gave me some terrific advice as a student counselor. So now my goal is to find a counselor that's killing it, right? And ask if they can mentor me. So you have to ask for what you need. You have not because you ask not. You have to ask for what you need. The answer is going to either be no or yes. But how will you know if you don't ask? Okay. Okay. And so next we have you have peace in trouble. A masterpiece. You have peace in trouble. Trouble's going to come. Trouble's going to be around us. We must have peace. Okay. And he is our peace. Excuse me. Choosing rejoicing over rejection. And honey, what I learned, rejection is just redirection. Rejection is just redirection. Knowing what's in him is more dangerous. Knowing what's in him is more dangerous than what's outside of him. A master doesn't just have a message. A master is a message. The master doesn't just have a message. The master is a message. There are things that happen to us in our lives, and somebody needs that story. Somebody needs to know that, you know what? Yes, I grew up in a fatherless home. Yes, I was a single mother. But guess what? I did it. My kids graduated. I'm a thriving adult, a woman of God. You know what I mean? It's so many things that happen for us. And instead of us just wallowing in what is happening, let's learn from that. And then take those lessons and share it with somebody else. The stuff just ain't happening to you or for you to just happen to you and for you. It's for somebody else. My lessons are for somebody else. Okay. And I know that. And I have been speaking ever since. Okay. So what else? Commitment shapes and defines us. I become what I am committed to. You become what you're committed to. Commitment requires you to grow up and go up. Commitment requires you to grow up and go up. In order to be committed, you need proximity, you need position, you need persistence. Don't just write it out. Work it out. That's why I love the fact that it's the commitment board, because you have to be committed to what you say you want. And don't nobody know you like you. Okay. We know if you have not been losing weight, we know that it's about your commitment. It's about what you're doing behind closed doors. It's about that late night snacking, right? It's about those things that you indulge in that nobody knows about. So you have to be committed to what you say you want. That's why I love the fact that they call it commitment board. What else? Don't allow the fear of failure to forfeit your future. That's a tongue twister. Don't allow the fear of failure to forfeit your future. There's some things you're going to try and they're not going to work. Guess what? Take that lesson and do it different. That's it. Don't let the fear of failure forfeit your future. Okay? Don't do it. When you follow God, you look better. There's something on you that other people don't have, and they need it when you walk into the room. When I walk into the room, grace walks into the room. Okay? Courage walks into the room. Confidence walks into the room, because that is who I am. That is what's in me. And what's in you, baby, can't nobody turn your light out but you. Can't nobody turn your light out but you. Don't allow fear. There you go. Don't allow fear of failure to forfeit your future. 2023 shows you who really liked you. 2022 showed you who really liked you. There's some people that are not in your life anymore. There's some people there's some friends who you thought were your friends are not your friends. 2022 showed you. And when you ask for God to remove these people out your life, when you ask him to reveal things to you, ask him for the courage and strength to handle that. Okay? Because there's some people going to show you who they are, and you got to be okay with that. All right? That's just me adding that. 2023, you need lions around you When one eat, we all eat. You need lions around you. You don't want your circle has to be a circle of influence. Who are the 5 people in your life? Okay? That's going to show you who you are. Who are the 5 closest people to you in your friend circle? That's going to show you who you are, because what happens is we start picking up each other's habits. I don't want to pick up nobody's bad habits. I need to be around people that got me stepping on my tippy toes, that I can learn from, that I can grow from. We bringing something to the table besides gossip and excuses and negative talk. We got to be bringing something other than that. Yes, Chris, that's it. Let's see what else we have. Your mindset will control your assets. Your mindset will control your assets. That's grace, wisdom, faith, right? And then I listened to a little bit of Dean Graggio, and so he was talking about 2023. I mean, how to craft your 2023. He gave you 10 things. He gave us 10 things, y'all. You want to audit your inner circle. I just talked about that. You want to solve bigger problems, and it's on you. It's on me. It is on me. Not on anybody else. It's on you. Who is steering your ship? Make sure you're steering your ship, not other people. I had a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about they had plans on applying for something, and they were talking to other people, and they said that people were saying this, and people said, I said, when I want to do something, I'm gonna tell you something. I talk to him. That's it. I don't need to talk to nobody else. I don't need anybody else's negative opinions, negative influence, limiting beliefs holding me back. Then I'll have their voice in my head along with my voice in my head, and then I'll start believing them. Right? Well, they said I shouldn't do it, and I don't need to be doing that. And that's just them telling you about themselves. Okay? When there's something that I want to do, I don't consult with anybody but him. That's it. Then I go. It either work out or it don't work out. What I ain't going to do is ask people, what you think I should do? Should I invest in myself? Should I take this class? Should I hire this coach? Should I go to this therapist, this counselor? I don't do that. I do what's best for me. And only you know that. Okay? So, number 5, meet the day with love. Meet the day with love. Be bold. Number 6. Number 7, focus on the fixed. Look for the little things. Look for the little things. To go forward, we must look back. To go forward, you must look back. Look how far you came. Look what you made it through. A lot of times, things happen in our life and we just get stuck in it. Oh, I can't believe this happened. And not even realizing, if you look back, you made it out of it, right? You made it out of it, and you're still talking about it. So it's okay to look back. Look how far I came. And keep your eye on the prize, because that's where you're headed. Forward, not backwards. What went right, and then look at 2022. Look back on 2022 and look at what went right in those last 12 months. And repeat that, right? What stories or thoughts held you back in the last 12? And then look at what stories and thoughts held you back in the last 12 months. And reframe it, right? Reframe that. So the commitment board. This year, I have the courage to commit. Courage is the ability to do something courage is the ability to do something. Courage is the strength in the place of pain and grief. Success, impact, influence. If you don't define it, you will define it by other people's definition of success. Other people's definition of success is not your definition of success. Some people's definition of success is having things, having the fancy car, the big house, a bunch of money in their bank account. That may be their definition of success, but it doesn't have to be your definition of success. Don't let anybody else define what your definition of success is, okay? Courage is present tense, okay? Not past tense. Courage is present tense. Courage is strength in a place of uncommitted in a place of peace. Uncommitted people become unfaithful people. Uncommitted people become unfaithful people, right? Commitment, when you constantly apply the attitude, action, and attention to achieve. My definition of success is lying about my high school basketball stats. Okay, if that's your definition of success, then kudos. Attitude. How's my attitude? Actions. How are my actions? Attention. How's my attention? It's insane to ask God to bless anything you are not committed to. When you're committed, God will make the enemies bless you. Your commitment level match. When we consistently apply the right attitude, we got to have the right attitude. You have to. It's hard to stay focused when you're fatigued. If you're tired, whatever, overwhelmed, get rest. Rest. It's okay to rest. I know we ain't taught that. Oh, you got to be busy. You got to be busy. If you're not being busy, you're not being productive. No, it's okay to rest. Okay. Isolation is withdrawing from people. Solitude is running to God. Solitude is not loneliness. It's the freedom to be alone. Solitude. Sometimes you need solitude. Okay. I love it. More of me is about to be revealed in 2023. In 2023, I come first. I can't help anyone until I help myself. My commitment costs too much. I will be committed to my healing. I will be committed even in the storm, even if the storm comes. I will be committed even if the storm comes. Because, baby, the storm will come. Hey, Tressa. The courage to commit will require you to pivot while other people panic. The courage to commitment will require you to pivot while other people panic. All right. I will be loved to others. I will rise to be wise and love all. I love that. I love that. Yes. Okay. This is the year where you can't be afraid to appear weak. This is the year where you can't be afraid to appear weak. A lot of times we feel like we're the only person that's going through something, and we're not. And it is okay to ask for help. That's my biggest thing. It is okay to ask for help. What else? I think I'm gonna end right here because this is a little bit of my book club. But I mean, I'm gonna share this right here. The 10 emotional needs of a child. So during childhood, these 10 emotional needs, this is what a child needs. And if the child doesn't get that, right, then the child becomes an adult who is looking for these things outside of themselves, which a lot of us weren't given these things because our parents didn't know how to give this to us because they didn't have it to give it to us. Excuse me. If you haven't joined the wooden pyramid of success, you like it, the offer is referencing it. Okay. Thanks for that info. Okay, so the 10 emotional needs of a child: acceptance, affirmation, affection, appreciation, encouragement, respect, security, support, attention, and comfort. Those are the 10 emotional needs that a child needs, right? And if this child is not given these things, then they become adults who seek this stuff outside of themselves, how to seek it from other people, right? Other places, other things. So it's important. It's so important to do that. And sometimes we don't know how to do that, right? So do the research, do the study, like look for this information. This information is out here, and a lot of this stuff is free, believe it or not. A lot of these resources are available, but you have to be willing to look for it. The areas that you lack knowledge in, investigate that. Okay, let me go see what I can learn about this. There's so many books out here. I love listening to books. I like listening to books versus reading books. YouTube University. So many things on YouTube. So many. Just do a search. And I'm telling you, it's going to give you a whole list of things you can watch or listen to that's going to help you, right? And then take notes. This is how I learned. I learned by taking notes. This is all of last year. Taking notes. I take notes. That's how I learn. By retaining, right? Then you apply what you learn. That's how you know you learn it. You learn it when you can teach it. That's how you know you learn it. So, as you set boundaries for yourself, your default has to change. So that's they were talking about that book that I haven't started yet, and that's the Goodbyes and Good Boundaries books. So I can't wait to get started on that. And I was listening to The Power of the Full Engagement, and he said something I had to rewind it about 10 times because I wanted to write it out. It was so good. He said, like an anesthetic, avoiding the truth numbs us from pain. Nevertheless, it also cuts us off from freely and fully engaging in the world. And you have surgery, they numb that area and you don't feel anything. So it's kind of like that. That's the analogy. Like an anesthetic, avoiding the truth numbs us from the pain. Nevertheless, it cuts us off from freely and fully engaging in the world. Right? I don't know. It was just profound to hear that. The truth will set you free. Nevertheless, it won't take you where you need to go. When we have blind spots, we can blind others. Our blind spots can blind other people, right? And then we can't see our blind spots. That's why you need support. You need help. You need community, right? Find people that are like you, right? That are like you aspire to be. Get into those communities. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. You have to be intentional about healing. You have to be intentional about growing. You have to be intentional about learning. You have to be intentional. Because if not, nothing's going to change. It all starts with us. Parents did the best they could. As an adult, it's on you. It is on you this point out to be the best that you can be. You can live your life sinking, surviving, or thriving. It's up to you. It is up to you. They can't come back and fix you. They can't fix you. Sometimes they don't even have what you need because they weren't given that themselves. So we have to give ourselves what we need, right? We have to find those resources. We have to make those investments. I made some uncomfortable investments in myself, and I will continue to do that because look where I am. Look where it got me. Investing in yourself. The best project, the best investment you ever make is in you. We invest in everything else: clothes, hair, makeup, shoes, accessories. But what about the inside? How is that go? How is that? How is that? It's important. It's only everything. It's only everything. So I'm complete. That's all I wanted to share with y'all. And yeah. Thank you for your attention and your time and your comments. So let me end my podcast.